Okay, so we are going to show you how to find not only your active patients in Dentrix, but how to find how many patients you have under an insurance plan. In this case, we're going to find Delta. So the first thing you do in Office Manager is go to Practice. It's going to give you a pop-up because it's early in the month. We haven't closed out last month. And then you hit on this practice analysis, you hit change page. And right here, you can see 1,700 active patients. Now that's our denominator, okay? Because any number of Delta patients we have divided by 1,753, this is going to tell us our percentage of patients. So if we have 800 active patients, okay, now Dr. and I were just talking that we know she doesn't actually have 1,700 active patients. Every 200 patients requires a day of hygiene. That would require about 9 days a week of hygiene, and we're not at that place yet. So just know it's an inflated number typically when you see this, depending on how accurately you have been updating your patient base. You know, in this case, it would take everybody taking a section of the alphabet and going through and just literally inactivating patients we haven't seen in 18 months that don't have a balance and don't have an appointment. Okay. Now, to figure out how many Delta patients we have in this scenario, we're going to go to letters and custom links. We get this little pop-up right here, and we're going to hit miscellaneous. Once we're in miscellaneous, we're looking for one that says, it's so small. You would think it'd be active patient list, but that's not it. Patient report by filter, okay? Now, I've never seen this many examples in a software, so people have gone in and created some additional ones, which is totally fine. But what you're looking for is you're going to look for a report by filter. We're going to create the filters, okay? And somebody's already changed this. So we're going to hit edit. You don't hit new. You don't delete anything out of here. And then eventually we're going to hit open in Excel. So you've got to have Excel on your computer. So we're going to hit edit. And we're just going to change whatever it was we were looking for before. And you can see somebody was actually already doing it, okay? So right here in this, because we're going to do primary and secondary, and we're going to look for Delta A to Delta Z. So in the alphabet, right, we just go Delta. You can see right here, Delta Dental at the top of the list. It's going to grab all of these. So we're going to take top of the list. And then our 2 ending is going to be who's at the bottom. Now, if you haven't alphabetically put in all your Deltas, you're going to miss some people, right? So Delta Z. You can see Delta USA all the way down to Delta USA right there. We say, okay. Typically, we see about 45% or more of a practice would be Delta. In doctor's case, we were able to remove Delta PPO and just be Delta Premier. And that has been a good change. We just want to see how many patients are in that list. So I think I got everything right. We'll know when we export the list if I did it right. I say, okay. And then right here, I've got it highlighted. I hit open in Excel. It's going to run through how many patients we have right here. So remember, we have, according to the software, we have 1,700 active patients. My guess is it's going to be close to 800 patients are going to be on this list. We'll see, about half. Here we go. Drum roll, please. We're passing 800. That's really good for you because now they're not PPO patients. They're now Premier patients. That's an exhaustive list. Look at that. There's no way. Holy cow. It's going to basically say all of your patients are Delta. I don't know why.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're going to see what's going on here. It might just be, I mean, it's
I
going
have to go through every chart.
Yeah, it's going through everything. So that's a crazy number. I've never seen that before. Most people, when you watch this and you run that report, you're going to get about half of what you see. Yeah, it's saying you had 1,700 patients in here. So my guess is I did something wrong, or we've got people in the software twice and they're showing up twice for some reason, but I do not see that being the case. Very interesting. Okay, so what we're going to do is I will email you my PPO tracker. It's called PPO Patients by Insurance Tracker. And there's another training on this. And we're going to copy this list. And we're going to put it into a new blank worksheet because we can't save the one that Dentrix just created. So we'll just go down here and we'll change it to Delta. All right. That's how you find, a plan in your software. Now, let's do another one, okay? Just so everybody can see and you can see how to do this, okay? So what I'm gonna do is go back. I'm not gonna save this one because I don't want to change that format. So you close it and don't save it, okay? We'll add a tab here. What's another plan that you know you participate with off the top of your head?
United Concordia.
All right, so we go in here and we're gonna change this. Let's see what we get this time. All right, we're gonna go double arrows into United Concordia. And it could just be that you got to clean up your, okay, so this is going to be an issue. See how there's a United Concordia up here under TRICARE? Let's see. We're going to miss that group because we're going to do a from and to. We don't want to include that. So we'll have to go back and do TRICARE separately. And then right here, we do United Concordia Z. Right there. We say, okay. I'm just going to look at this and make sure I didn't make any mistakes. We're doing all providers. We're doing all billing types. And, see right here, non-patient inactive. That's what I messed up.
Okay.
Yep. So you got to make sure that that is off. So I want to, since I already got this in here, we'll do United Concordia, then we'll go back and do Delta again for you. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we'll say, okay, we'll say open in Excel, and obviously it won't take as long because it's not Delta and I did it correctly this time. When you only run a report like once every few months, it's one of those things you have to have a checklist on this. That's why I really wanted to record this for everyone to see how to do this in Dentrix. All right, 180. So now we open this list. And we're just going to copy this. And again, it missed the TRICARE one, so we can always add that to the bottom of this list. But we're going to copy it and paste it into, oops, I went by the same tracker. Come on. There we go. We're going to put it right here. Okay, and you can just, to get the number, you just scroll down. $200, exact. Well, I think it's $199, I think, because I think the first row is something else. Yeah. 199 patients. So right here, we'll rename this United Concordia. Okay. And now we're going to go back and fix this Delta one. I'm just going to highlight all of it, clear it, and then go back to this guy, close this one. And we're going to come in and put new data right there real quickly. So let's edit again, go in, and now that we have our existing patient checked off correctly, we'll go in here and select Delta A to Delta Z, and we'll get a better number. So Delta Dental right there to Delta Z. And this is important because what you want to know is, well, how many patients am I dealing with in my practice? It's really hard to flirt with, changing something that is more than 20% of your practice.
Yeah.
So, the fact that, for example, United Healthcare at 17, you have, let's average.
United Concordia?
Yeah, sorry, United Concordia. What did we say? It was 1753, right? We take that 1753 and divide it by, so 199 divided by 1753, it's 11% of your practice.
Okay.
United Concordia, 199 patients equals 11% of the practice. That's something that we can work with because we're not affecting more than 20% of your practice at a time. And then what we need to do is figure out what are the fees that United Concordia charges in comparison to your office fees. Because when you're in network, you're looking at sometimes like a 40% reduction. All right, so what did we get here? I was busy talking, I didn't see the number. Yeah, remember I said it was going to be close to 800? Only 600, look at us.
Oh, wow.
All right. That's good
So
news.
then what is the percentage of
Let's
that?
look at that. Yeah, let's look at it. So I'm going to copy this list and I'm going to put it in our Delta tab for you. There we go. And woo. All right, here it is. Drum roll, please. 594. So Delta, 594 patients. 594 divided by 1753, 34%. Not bad. Okay. So here's the deal. 1753 is a very inflated number. We know you don't actually have 1,700 active patients. We also know you don't actually have 594 Delta patients. The percentage is what we're hoping is accurate. Now, the risk here, and for you, it's not a big risk because we're not going to mess with Delta anymore, is that as people go inactive, more Delta patients stay. It's in theory, you could have 594 Delta patients and only have 800 active patients in theory, right? Because only the Delta patients could have stayed. What we're assuming is the law of averages, that as people inactivate, they inactivate just as much United Concordia as they do Delta Dental. So the point being is we're getting an idea. Now, the only way for this to be absolutely accurate is if you guys go in and you actually inactivate your patients who ought to be, right? So okay, close this one. So that's how you create the report for out of Dentrix. You go Office Manager, Letters and Custom Links. Then you go Miscellaneous.
Okay.
And then you go to Patient Report by Filter and you edit it. But you'll have this recording to watch it again, because what we're going to do is we're going to go every single insurance that you have. We are going to fill that in. And let me show you what that looks like. So stop your sharing and I'm going to share my screen. Okay. And let's see.
Oh, great picture.
So what we're going to do is in our PPO trackers, what we're going to do is create a list like this, where we take that list, we pop it in here under Delta and United, we put it by that. We take your 1753 total active patients, okay? Then we go under Delta and we say you have 594 patients, and you should see that same percentage, 34%. Right. And then, you know, down here alphabetically, we'll call this United Concordia for you.
Right.
Okay, and we'll do this on your own. And it's 199 patients and 11% should show up. So as we, you know, these are accurate numbers. And as we get all the other ones filled in here, we can make it work. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
We'll get a percentage of the practice that is in network. Total number of patients in network is going to start adding up. Okay. We'll get a feel for it. Now, obviously 200 patients per day a week of hygiene. So we know for you, it's more like 800. So let's see. Yeah. And we're looking at minus, if you take out Delta, what's left. So
it's 200 active patients
per day of hygiene. So if you have 4 days a week of hygiene, in theory, you have 800 active patients. Now the variable is how high your perio percentage is. I'm making an assumption that you're about 30% perio. You guys are at 15% perio right now. So you might have more than 800 active patients, because in that, my theory, at 30% perio, you're seeing some of the, 30% of those people twice in that 6 months. So, but your tracker will show us, as we fill out a tracker for 6 months, it'll tell us how many patients we saw and what percentage of those patients are perio. We'll figure out your exact number. What I would like for the team to do is start inactivating those patients that need to be. All right, that's it for this recording, and good luck on being insurance free.